Hello, Violent Community, and more importantly, hello, Robert Zee. This is going to be my response or talk about my friendship with Robert Zee since I've come to meet you in the VC, getting close to 2 years now. So, to get started, when I first decided to make videos, YouTube videos, never did I imagine that I would meet the incredible people that I've met here, nor receive gifts, VCLT, all that stuff. But I have to say that I'm glad I decided to start making videos because I've met some wonderful people. And you, Robert, I really feel like we've grown to become pretty close friends, and I really do cherish that. I cherish all our interaction and our texts and talks on the phone. That really means a lot to me, and like I said, it's not something I ever expected starting when I started to make videos. I started in March of 2018, and I had been watching videos for some time before that, but right around the time that I started, I started to become aware of you. I can't recall if your almost 200 subscriber contest was my first video that I've watched of yours, or if there was another one before that. I think it was that one, because channels that I followed, I started seeing entries for Bobby Z. I was like, who is Bobby Z? And I started searching, and I had a tough time finding your channel because it was under Robert Zee. Once I did find it, though, I think that video was the first one I may have watched of yours, and it just cracked me up because your contest was going to be you were going to have the drawing on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. So you had this whole line of that you could be playing this whole thing as an April Fool's joke. Typical Robert Zee, right? Once I found your channel, actually I shared that video with my wife. I was like, you got to watch this guy. He is hysterical. And a little bit has a few loose screws, I think. So she got a kick out of it too. So I went back and watched some previous videos. Stand out from back when I first started watching, as you did a PSA about getting rid of your record collection, and if you want to get rid of it, to send it to you, because it's an addiction and a habit, and if you have to get rid of it, send it to you. It was just a classic video, and I remembered really laughing at that one. But going back to the contest, so I had only been making videos since the beginning of March, and your contest was running through March of 2018. So I made a contest entry, and I remember the contest was you wanted us to build your wish list, which has been a theme of your collecting. You like to discover new music and be turned on to music through other people. But with that, you drew my name as the winner on April 1st, April Fool's Day. So going into the drawing, I still had in the back of my head that it could be fake because I didn't really know you at that point. So I thought maybe it was just a big joke. And so it turns out that it really was a contest, and we connected. Back then, YouTube still had their messaging service where you could communicate that privately that way. And you sent me this Dream Theater Metropolis Part 2 Scenes from a Memory, music on vinyl release. And I still have the Amazon gift note in there. Congratulations on winning my contest. Enjoy your gift, from Robert. So I still love this album. Play it fairly frequently. So yeah, I still quite enjoy this. So from that point on, I made it a point to watch all your videos and just start communicating with you in the comments section. And over time, I guess you became more familiar with me and started commenting on my videos, which was, I always thought, because you were long time involved in the vinyl community for years before I was, so having someone as tenured as yourself always was special to me, because I always felt new and up and coming, and so that always meant a lot if I put out a video and you commented on mine. So then we started communicating a little more, and when I hit 100 subscribers, I decided to have a contest, and was really blown away that you submitted an entry for my contest. And to this day, that is still my favorite video of yours that I've ever watched. Sentimental reasons, because it was special, because you entered my contest, but also the story behind that video. So my contest was called We're Going Live, and it was all about attending live concerts. And you shared pretty emotional story of how you in your younger years you were heading down the wrong path, getting into some trouble here and there, and I really needed a wake-up call. And you were attending the band Yes. You're attending a concert, and this was during that time where you were heading down that wrong path. And you actually played the song Starship Trooper off this album in that video, if I'm recalling correctly. I think it was Starship Trooper off of this album, Yes Songs. So you were reflecting on that time and that concert, and then you fast forwarded to 30 years, I think. Maybe it was 20. I think it was 30 years. Once again, you were seeing the band Yes, and you're there with your daughter, and you had kind of like a revelation of kind of seeing Yes during that time where you were heading down that road that could have led to a really bad situation. And here you are on the other side of that after going through the military and serving and retiring, and here you are with your daughter seeing the same band that you saw 30 years ago. It was just really, really touching story, and it was for my contest, and that's always been special to me. And like I said, it's my favorite video I've ever watched of yours, and you've had a lot of great videos since I've been watching. Some funny ones, some very serious ones, and some scary ones. So during this time, early on, and when I'm kind of getting to know your channel, and there was a little bit of drama in the VC going on, and you made your exit video, exiting the VC video and going into the independent community. That was that video scared me a bit, because you had that look in your eyes that I hadn't seen to that point, and it I'll be honest, I actually thought about unsubscribing at that point, but I was like, no, this is either a joke or it's just something I think we'll get through over time. So I stuck with your channel. But yeah, that was one of the scary times, a scary video to watch of yours, your exit video. But it was, typical Robert. So it's been funny. I've been reflecting on this. I've been meaning to do this video for a while now. You've had this video going on for a while, and every time I wanted to get to it, something came up, and I couldn't sit down and make the video or get my thoughts together. But the deadline's tomorrow, so I need to get this done, and so I wanted to get it done tonight here. So yeah, you entered my 100 subscribers contest, and like I said, that was very special to me. My favorite video of yours. But right around that time, I found out your birthday is on July 3rd, and that happened to be coming up, so I thought, we were getting along really good, and I felt like a true friendship was starting there. So I was like, I want to send you a birthday present, and contacted you for your information, and I think you said you were blown away that I wanted to send you something, and so I did, and that is when I sent you a package, and then I let you know that another package was going to arrive, but it wasn't coming directly from me. It was being shipped from somewhere else, and that is when my little Peter Gabriel Batwing Lego guy came to your house, and Betty saw it and showed it to you, and you guys didn't know what it was. You didn't know who was sending it to you. So I think you got rid of it, or something, or gave it to one of your grandkids, or and I'm checking the delivery, and it's not, because it was coming from overseas. It was coming from Japan, I believe. It wasn't showing up that it was delivered, so I thought there was a problem with delivery. I contacted the company that was selling them. They sent out another one, and you received a second one, and I think that was when you put two and two together that it could be from me, and you contacted me, and then we talked on the phone for the first time. You said, I just gotta talk to you and live on the phone to see what's going on. So we talked, had a really good laugh about that. I still laugh about it when I think about it, but it means a lot to me. I see it sitting up on one of your Genesis box sets in all your videos when you're in your music room filming. So that means a lot that it's on display. But but that was a real funny story, and first time we ever spoke in person on the phone. Too funny. So yeah, it's just been great getting to know you and having this friendship blossom. Always loved your videos, even that scary one. You're quite entertaining, and you always have a different look at, or you're always different way of looking at things, and you always pose questions out to the community and ask, put out thread questions. So I've always tried to participate in that, and I know from your end you've always appreciated it. So you always try to get that conversation going between people, and yeah, and I feel like somewhat you've kind of given me a bit of motivation for stuff like that, and in video making. Not that I do crazy wacky videos like you do, but in the past I've tried to put out some threads, or respond to threads, or try to add just a little bit more to some videos in my contest responses, such as video clips or needle drops or stuff like that. Pardon me, kind of your natural presence in front of the camera, and it's okay to be yourself and wacky and whatever. That's definitely made me more comfortable with myself doing this, because this isn't something that is natural for me or comfortable for me to do. So I really feel like your channel and you have made it easier for me to do this, because I'm always like, well, look at what Robert's doing, and he doesn't care what people think. So you can certainly sit down in front of the camera and talk, even though it's not natural or comfortable for you. So thank you for that. And then on to the record collecting. So definitely after following you for some time and seeing your collection and what you try to collect and look at, definitely has rubbed off on me a little bit. I've definitely become more, early on in my getting back into vinyl, I was really just trying to scoop up everything I could, regardless of condition. I mean, I would have certain standards, but I wouldn't. Not everything would be pristine, or I would kind of overlook certain things if there was problems with what I was picking up. But after seeing how you collect and your collection, you've definitely made me aware of things to look at, like promotional copies or pressings from different countries. It's definitely something that I look for now, and the one thing I'd love to be able to do is to have sealed copies like you do. But when I buy something, I do buy it with the intent to listen to it, or if someone gives me something, I do, always want to listen to it. So it's real tough to keep it sealed. So I'm always cracking it open. So thank you for unintentionally making me aware of different formats and ways to collect and whatnot. So so over the past year, we've talked more on the phone and texted and through Messenger. It's just been great. And hold on a second. Sorry about that. Just had to flip over the record. Pardon me. So, yeah. So our friendship grew over the past year or so, and last Thanksgiving, 2018, I was surprised. I got a card in the mail from you and Betty for Thanksgiving, and I thought that was really, really nice. Definitely meant a lot, and it's something that I keep. Like you, another thing, if someone sends me something, if there's a note or a card or something, I definitely keep it with the item, or keep it somehow. And then over time, Christmas and my birthday, you have just been incredibly generous with me. And that prize gift, yeah, overly generous. And then Christmas of 2018, you sent me a heck of a package, including some promo 45s, Genesis ELO, and Jean-Michel Jarre, plus an original master recording of iRobot by Alan Parsons Project. This is one special album in my collection because it was a gift from you. My first original master recording from OFI. It really, really blew me away that you sent me this. Still to this day. And then continuing on with gifts, you just sent me this for my birthday. And this blows me away too. It's Miles Smiles, and it's original master recording from this year. It's incredible pressing of this album. Yeah, so thank you for your generosity. You've been generous with me with like entering in my contests, sharing your collection, and answering questions I might have, or talking about collecting, and your time on the phone or time we text. And then, of course, with your gifts, you're just incredibly generous with me, and I can't thank you enough for that. So I definitely wanted to get this video done for you and just tell you how much I appreciate your friendship and that I love you, and you are definitely an inspiration in regards to what you have to deal with day in and day out with your son Bobby and his autism. I know that is a real daily struggle, but he's very much loved, and yeah, I know how special he is, and he is a very, very important part of your life, but that definitely comes with challenges. So thank you for sharing Bobby with us as well. And then another thing, your sobriety. I know you had a long period of trouble with alcohol there, and you've been sober for 2+ years now, and that is just tremendous, and you're to be commended for that. And I think it's inspirational that So, you have a beautiful family, you, Betty, Bobby, your daughters, and your grandchildren. So, yeah, so all my best to you, Robert. I love you. Thank you for your friendship. Thanks for all your generosity towards me. It really does mean a lot. And hopefully, we will be friends for a long, long time. I have a list of people that I want to meet in the VC, and you're right there at the top of this list. So hopefully someday, some way that'll happen. I know you have some connections to Pennsylvania, so who knows? You never know. I forgot to mention, I know I'm wearing your Arizona t-shirt here that you gave me also. Forgot to mention that. So yeah, hopefully someday we can meet up. That would be great. And just came into my head that I wanted to talk about just a couple of videos that you've done in the past that were my favorites. I mentioned my contest video is definitely my favorite. One of the other standouts that you did was when you were trying to contact Madonna. I thought that was one of your absolute best and funniest videos. And I know recently you've gone through this thing of, no one wants to rewatch your videos. But I've been guilty of rewatching your videos just because they're so. You put a lot of time into them, and they're so well done. And that was one that I probably watched a handful of times just because I loved it so much. And then another one. I don't recall what you called it, but it was all about. We don't have time here and long videos and make it quick. And the first time you did that I saw, you've done it again since, just cracked me up. I thought it was one of the funniest things you ever did. Really, really good. And then, of course, your story about babysitting with that girl and hearing Dark Side of the Moon for the first time was tremendous. And then, of course, your characters, Cousin Carmine. But for me, Sylvia. I think I have a little crush on Sylvia, especially when she wore that pink hair and that dress. I hope. I know. Recently, you've, especially with this COPPA thing that's happening. You're not really looking to make all that many videos, but I hope at some point you decide to keep them going and bring back Carmine and Sylvia and highly entertaining stuff. But I think I've been rambling here for a long time. So, Robert, thank you for your friendship. All my best to you, Betty, and Bobby, and your entire family. I'm very, very happy that we met here and have built a relationship like we have, and just hope that it continues for years to come. So I'm going to sign off here. But thank you. Good luck to everyone who entered this contest, because your prize is, again, incredibly generous. The Friendship Subscription Prize, which is for U.S. residents, whoever wins, a monthly package of something from you. And then if you're overseas, it'll be a quarterly package of something from you. I almost feel like if I win, that's just way too generous. So I would one package is plenty. Even nothing is plenty. You've already been so generous with me. But crazy generous prize that you're offering out. But that is not why I'm doing this contest. It's because of our friendship, and just wanted to show my appreciation to you for that. So, everyone, take care. I'm going to sign off here. Thanks for watching. And Robert, I'll be in touch at some point. We'll talk, and I'll talk to everyone again soon. Take care now. Bye.